Alright, I'm going to show you my ship here. As you can see, I have power on to this thing, so you can see some of the engines actually glowing there. We're just going to do a quick trip around real quick, check out the engines. Right now we're looking at just the exterior of the ship. As you can see, I have a crap ton of engines on this thing. Going forward is no problem. Slowing the thing down is really hard due to the fact that I only have 7 engines on each side, so that puts it 14 to stop, and they're much smaller than the actual larger ones. We're just looking underneath. As you can see, that's the internal bay for the shuttles to actually come in. I've put the bottom as black to represent a re-entry capability, kind of like carbon. The rest of it is white due to the fact of reflecting the sun to keep it cool. Jetpack off and enter the actual main bridge of the ship. This is the main bridge. Just to give you a view real quick. Alright, so now that you've seen in, what we're going to do is we're just not even going to view most of this. We're just going to run straight to this ladder and go down to the very first deck. This is the very front of the ship. And this was intended to be an entry facility for bringing in resources, to bring in pieces of stuff to be studied. But this is a factory set up here with all of its storage. I'm not even going to go take a look at it. You can see it here. These are all factories and storage pods. This is the actual main shuttle bay, as we had seen the entry. This is the actual worker bee as it's intended. Not enough engines really. I'm going to have to sit down and redesign it for more maneuverability. This here was just something done for shits and giggles. This is a stealth bomber type deal. The maneuverability doesn't work too well on it. It's meant more to go forward. It's a very heavy ship and it's meant for stealth design. Go in here, and this is the actual engine room. As you can see, I have plenty of reactors in here. This here is actually a gravity generator. We're going to go up to the next floor though. And this would be the deck that we were on for when we came into the main bridge. But technically I call this deck number 3 because the first 2 decks are just nothing but omit on the first one. These here are the gyroscopes. These are used for actually repositioning the ship for turning. I have a lot of them in here. Even though the ship does have decent turning, it's not too great. What we're entering here is actually intended to be medical facilities. Since it's in the rear of the ship, as you can see, the medical facility is right here. The reason for it being in the rear of the ship is it's perhaps one of the safest places in the ship should it be collided with anything. So we're going to run forward a little bit more. Here we come into just above the actual shuttle bay, and these rooms are intended to actually be water storage tanks. Each individual one is done as a tank setup for the fact that if the ship does get rammed or collided from inside the actual storage bay, or one of the shuttles blows up, not all the water is destroyed at one bit. And this is just something I designed for my own shits and giggles, story-wise. These windows were added as a kind of an observation room. This is extra room. I don't know what I was going to use this for, so it's just right now observation. This is another part of the rooms for just getting to the main bridge. So as you can see, this is, like I said, the main bridge where we came in from the very beginning. We're going to run back and we're going to hit up these ladders and go up to deck number 4. As we come up to deck number 4, this is actually intended to be the main lounge and the eating room for the entire ship. As we go back here, you're going to see that this is intended to be crew quarters here, kind of more like the captain and the other, well, yeah. But there isn't many rooms in this facility because it's meant to be a couple of people running the ship. A lot of the ship is designed for storage. Here is actually where the liquid oxygen is supposed to be stored, and it's actually much larger than the water, mainly because oxygen gets used much quicker. These pylons are intended to give structural support should the ship get rammed or hit by an asteroid. Right, as we go up to the final deck. Oh, I just fell. So we gotta go all the way back up. But anyways, during this process, we're gonna go up to the very top deck, which is deck number 5. There isn't much up there other than what I consider like a battle bridge, as it's completely encased by armor all around it. And then you're also going to find an observation deck on the very top as well. So this is just the battle bridge. As you can see, the blue armor on top. And then we also have the observation area here. And not really able to look forward due to the fact that I have it as an armor. In the event that something does strike the ship, it's to be deflected forward, up, and over. As you can see, that's what this design is for, to either put it to the left or to the right side, while at the same time also deflecting it up in the event of catastrophic failure. That way it protects the bridge that's here in the back. I've done a number of testings when I've hit stuff, so it does work to an extent. But yep, that is my ship.